Hey everyone, this is Sonic Mix 1991, and today I'm going to give my review of WWE Breaking Point. Breaking Point happened tonight, and overall, I thought this was a okay to good show with, of course, some stipulation problems. The show kicked off with Mark Henry MVP against Jericho and Show for the Unified Tag Team Champions. For an opener, this wasn't that good. MVP's good, Jericho was good. Mark Henry was seriously the downfall of this match. Big Show was alright. Like I said, if he's with the right person, he can have an alright match. The pace was slow. The crowd was kind of somewhat dead into it. I think MVP and Jericho did try to pull off try to make it a good match, but it just wasn't good enough. In the end, Big Show gives Mark Henry the right hand punch, and Jericho rolls over Mark Henry, pins him 1, 2, 3. Jericho and Show retain the belts. I give the match about a 2-star. I give it about a 2-star match, or 2.25. I could be generous. I might give it a bonus. I don't know. But moving onward. Up next was The Miz versus Kofi Kingston for the U.S. belt. This was actually a very good, solid match. This was given about maybe 14, 15 minutes. I don't know what was the time, though. But for these two young athletes, they really pulled out a good show. And it shows that these guys can actually go. And looking at this match, The Miz has really improved and did give off a good show with sweet spots in this match, good counter wrestling. I was actually hoping for The Miz to pull off this one, but unfortunately, Kofi Kingston hits the Trouble in Paradise, wins the belt, and who knows how long the streak is going to go. I give this match about a 3-star on the dot. It was a very good, solid match. Up next was, surprisingly, D-Generation X versus Legacy in the first time submissions count anywhere match. This was a very good tag team match. It was good brawling and good technical submissions in there. I know a lot of people are not really the fans of like in the fight crowd and the backstage, but for this it was actually really damn good. It wasn't like a squash match where Triple H and Michaels would go all over on Legacy. They were actually pretty even, and then towards the end Legacy was more on D-Generation X. And then at the end, Cody Rhodes gives the finger 4 on Michaels on the turnbuckle, and then Ted DiBiase gives Michaels the $1 Million Dream and made Shawn Michaels tap when Triple H was trying to struggle down to get to help Shawn Michaels. Nobody did not look bad in this match, and Hell in a Cell DX against Legacy, I can predict a 4-star match. This match gets about a 3.50, 3.75. I think the only problem I had with this match was it was kind of hard to keep up because the cameraman would go on to one team, the other camera would go on the other team, and they kept flip-flopping, so it was kind of hard to keep up with it, but in the end, it was pretty damn good. Fourth match of the night was Kane against the Great Khali in the Singapore Kane match. Very boring, very bad. You could hear it with the fans. The fans kept chanting the boring. And in the end, surprisingly, Kane pulled out the victory with a choke slam. Kane tried, but it wasn't good. This match gets a 0.75 out of 5, not even a star. Moving onward. Up next was the ECW Championship match, Christian against William Regal. This was a very good, solid wrestling submission type match. William Regal as the submission expert, and Christian as a very good wrestler. There was very good submission and wrestling in this match. It was given 10 minutes exactly on the dot, if I'm not mistaken. And for 10 minutes, this was a very good match. This was a very good match between these two. You figure this was going to go on for me about 5-6 minutes, but no, it was actually a 10-minute match. Thank God they didn't make it like a squash match back at SummerSlam. I give this match about 3 out of 5. It was very entertaining, yet solid good. Then up next was a promo with Pat Patterson, Dolph Ziggler, and John Morrison. It was okay for what it was worth, but unfortunately, why could they have had this on SmackDown? They had to put on Unforgiven. And Dolph Ziggler mentioned something about like wasting pay-per-view time, and he's right. I have to agree with him. I mean, this was a waste of time. They should have thrown this on SmackDown and have the John Morrison Dolph Ziggler match. They should have had that on the card. I don't know why they took that off. That would have been probably a great match, 3+, but moving onward. Up next was the John Cena versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship in an I Quit match. Now, some people would hate this match, others might love it, some were in the middle. I myself was in the middle. But I would have to admit, John Cena took one hell of a beating in this match. I mean, those shots by the kendo sticks, you saw the markings on that, and you can see that Cena took most of the beating in this. Storytelling was just done awesomeness. I know that's not a word, but it was just done awesome. Would I say this match is better than JBL John Cena? To be honest with you, this is probably the third, maybe second best I Quit match I have seen. But overall, it was good. I was into it. And then at the end, of course, with the handcuffs, of course, Randy Orton handcuffing Cena up to the ropes and etc. And then at the end, when they're both handcuffed, Cena gives the STFU onto Orton, and surprisingly, Orton said "I quit" right away without like giving chances when Cena was given like 7 chances to have a chance to say "I quit," but of course he said no. So it kind of took away from the match of not having Randy Orton have the ref say to him, "Do you want to quit?" So I think that was kind of the little downfall with it. I don't know. It was a good match. I'll give it about 3.50. I'll be generous. It was good for what it was worth. 3.50. And then finally, the main event. The Undertaker versus CM Punk. The dream match that came true. For a 9-minute match, it was very good. I will admit, it was very good. This match would have been a 3.25, 3.50. However, then Theodore along comes out, says about the whole banning of the Hell's Gate. So then the match gets restarted, and then Taker goes for the last ride. CM Punk gets out of it. CM Punk hits Taker in the back of the leg. CM Punk applies the Anaconda Bites. Referee automatically rings the bell, and it's a repeat of the screw job. The Montreal screw job. And honestly, for a 9-minute match, it was good, but why was it 9 minutes? I guess all I have to say is this is a taste of what these guys can do, and then come Hell in a Cell, you're going to see what these guys can do. And please, come Hell in a Cell, give them 20, maybe 23 minutes. And I guarantee that they can pull off a 4-star match. Unfortunately, with the screw job and everybody wondering what the hell happened, this match gets a 2-star, maybe a 2.25 if I'm generous. The overall, I give it about a 7 out of 10. I give it a 7 on the dot. Alright, this was my review of WWE Breaking Point. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave comments. Tell me how you thought about the show. And until then, this is Sonic Mix saying you all have a good night and take care.